This engine's only flaw is it has absolutely none. In the automotive engineering, some legends are planned and others are simply inevitable. In the 1990s, Toyota set out to build a smooth, dependable inline-six engine. What they created was something else entirely. They built a powerhouse so over-engineered and so bulletproof that its only real flaw is that it has none. This is the story of the legendary 2JZ. A number of content creators have been talking about this engine endlessly, so why not just throw my hands in it? So, to understand why this engine is so special, you have to go back to Japan's bubble era of the late 1980s, and it was a time of economic boom and incredible technological ambition. Japanese automakers were in an all-out war for engineering supremacy, giving us some of history's most iconic sports cars. But there was a catch. This era was governed by a gentleman's agreement where manufacturers kept advertised horsepower at about 276 to prevent a dangerous power race on public streets. This had a brilliant unintended consequence. Since engineers couldn't chase bigger horsepower numbers on paper, they focused on making their engines fundamentally indestructible. And they were designed to handle far more power than advertised, just to ensure they will never fail. Now, from this philosophy of extreme over-engineering, the 2JZ was born. The 3.0-liter inline-six 2JZ engine was debuted in 1991 in the Toyota Aristo sedan. It was designed as a new flagship power plant, smooth, powerful, and above all, reliable. The 2JZ came in two main versions. You had the naturally aspirated 2JZ GE and the one that became a legend, the twin turbocharged 2JZ GTE. The GTE version, which landed in the iconic Mark IV Toyota Supra in 1993, was Toyota's direct shot at Nissan's dominant RB26 DETT engine. Toyota knew they had to deliver. While Japanese market Supras were officially rated at the agreed upon 276 horsepower, export models weren't bound by that agreement. They revealed more of its true yet still understated potential with 320 horsepower.
What would you pay for this car? Because I'll tell you what it just sold for and you may not believe it. 4th gen Supras are still hot, and this one that just sold on Bring a Trailer was the right one to buy. One owner, California car from new, 38,000 original miles, and the color. Deep jewel green pearl. I mean, that's a great color for this car. The guy put on 18-inch wheels, but the original 17-inch wheels are included. He also installed Eibach Pro Kit springs, but I don't think anyone's going to want to take that back to stock. Condition? Driven. Not perfect. In fact, some low-life key Defender. But it sold for $150,000 last week. Hey, great car, great return for the seller, and congrats to the new buyer. Go have some fun.
So what makes this engine ridiculously strong? It boils down to a few key, almost obsessive engineering decisions. It starts with the cast iron engine block. While competitors shifted to lighter aluminum, Toyota stuck with iron for its incredible strength, creating a rigid foundation that could withstand insane pressure. They paired this with a semi-closed deck design, which reinforces the engine walls to prevent them from flexing under high boost. The rotating assembly, which is the heart of the engine, is just as tough. The 2JZ GTE features a forged steel crankshaft with massive main bearings built to handle huge power and high RPMs without breaking a sweat. And the connecting rods are famously overbuilt, looking like they belong in a heavy-duty diesel engine. And to top it off, Toyota included oil squirters that spray the underside of the pistons, a high-end feature that keeps them cool under extreme load. Even the multi-layered steel head gasket was advanced for its time, creating a seal so strong it practically begged tuners to crank up the boost. And believe it or not, having worked in the parts department for a number of years, there was hardly any parts being sold for this particular engine. All we had to do was sell the head kits, change the head gasket ever so often, the top crankshaft seals, and that's about it. But before we dive into how this engine went from a reliable sedan motor to a global icon, if you're finding this deep dive valuable, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We have a lot more legendary engines coming your way that you won't want to miss. The tuning community quickly discovered what Toyota had accidentally created. They found that the stock 2JZ GTE internals could reliably handle 700 or even 800 horsepower without any basic built-on upgrades, like a larger single turbo, an improved fuel system, and a new ECU. Soon, pushing past 1,000 horsepower became the new benchmark, a testament to the engine's bulletproof design.
I sold this Supra and I just got a chance to buy it back. There have, however, been just a few changes since I sold it. The guy I sold it to converted it into a full-blown race car with a 3.4-liter concrete-filled 2JZ engine, a massive precision turbo, a motor plate, a power glide transmission. Last time it was running, it made over 1,500 horsepower. The engine bay is not the only thing that got the race car treatment. The inside, it's got a full roll cage, which makes the car legal to run low 7-second quarter miles. And then there's the body. I know it might kind of sort of resemble a street car still if you ignore the parachute, but it has a carbon fiber hatch, Lexington rear window. All the glass except for the windshield is plastic. It's got a carbon fiber target top, carbon fiber doors. It even has a carbon fiber front bumper. And then, of course, there's the fact that one headlight's been replaced by a turbo. Now, the only real question is, what do we do with it? I do want to make it a little bit more of a street car. At the moment, it's only got a 3-gallon fuel tank. That's not really going to work to have fun on the street. And then, of course, there's the matter of the engine. I'm still not positive that we're going to keep a 2JZ in this.
This incredible tuning potential turned the 2JZ into a motorsports icon, especially in drag racing and drifting. Its legendary reliability meant drivers could push their cars to the absolute limit, race after race, without the constant fear of engine failure. As its reputation grew, aftermarket support exploded. Today, a massive ecosystem of parts is available to build anything from a quick street car to a 2,000 horsepower drag monster. It took tuners years of pushing well beyond 1,500 horsepower before they finally found the block's breaking point. Of course, you can't talk about the 2JZ without mentioning the orange Toyota Supra from the 2001 film, The Fast and the Furious. That movie launched the 2JZ from tuner magazines into mainstream fame. The line 2JZ engine, no shit, this will decimate all, became a defining quote for a generation of car enthusiasts. The movie cemented the car's image as a giant killer capable of taking down exotic supercars that cost 10 times as much. It transformed the 2JZ from a piece of engineering into a cultural icon. The 2JZ's legend isn't just built on movie scripts and horsepower numbers. It's proven on the road every single day. It's not uncommon to find 2JZ engines with 200,000 or even 300,000 miles that are still running perfectly. There are documented cases of these engines hitting unbelievable milestones, with some pushing well beyond 400,000 miles on the original internals. And these aren't just one-off stories. They are a testament to the engine's fundamental design. Toyota aimed to build an engine that would last, and they came terrifyingly close to building one that will last forever. So back to our original claim, the engine's only flaw is that it has no flaws. This really means Toyota, in its obsessive pursuit of perfect reliability, created something that far exceeds its original purpose. Sure, it's heavy, not fuel efficient by modern standards, and its original sequential turbo system is somewhat complex, but those aren't really flaws. They're the byproduct of an era when engineering was done without compromise. The 2JZ represents a moment in time we'll likely never ever see again, with a conservative company accidentally created an engine so perfect it became immortal. It's more than an engine, it's a legend. And to tell the truth, growing up, I've seen so many other vehicles that have been retrofitted with the 2JZ engine, vehicles such as old Land Cruisers and old style BMWs. I've seen most of them and they have worked. So what's your pick for the greatest engine of all time? Is it the 2JZ, or does another powerhouse deserve that crown? Let us know your choice in the comments below. I want to thank you for joining. Remember to grab a copy of my ebook, The Parts Manager Guide, and I will catch you in the next episode.